The general idea behind it, obviously, to get involved into politics directly was that there has to be a resurgence of pragmatic thinking to drive policy making that's not only based on ideology but based on useful ideas and how to actually drive ideas that are useful for the country, not just useful for driving party motives. Nexus uses data on how the country is functioning, how the country is situated, to identify what the country needs at certain times. So it normally navigates between centre-left and centre-right policies. So I think that there has to be more straightforward thinking and more straightforward analysis of the political situation on the right and as well on the left. So there has to be more honesty across the spectrum. Politics enters into all areas of society, and as the younger generation, we have to look at our choices for the future and know what impacts them. And one of those areas is politics, and learning about politics will really help you to understand that. And that's what I've done. I've made a 57-page manifesto. It's obviously very detailed. There's a lot of political jargon, and it's very hard to explain in just a few sentences where do I stand. That, I think, is a major issue for people entering politics in my demographic, such as 15-year-olds. When you have a set belief or ideology, you are confined to that set belief. And to change your views so vehemently, just because of the membership of your party says so, I think is a major obstacle for politics, as people keep on shifting based on beliefs rather than actual data and actual solutions. So what I think about Keir Starmer is that the Labour government have chosen to be centrist. They have advocated for a balance rather than an equilibrium, which is what Nexus advocates for. And that, I think, will have profound effects on the UK in the future. And I understand that Labour, obviously, they have a gargantuan task ahead of them. We've seen the lowest rate of growth ever since probably post-war times. There has to be bold changes to the tax system. If Labour have to make bold change, then this is the time, because they've got a landslide 402 majority. So if the time to bring change is now, then they ought to bring it, because they have the power to do so. And I think Keir Starmer's reluctance to change the establishment will eventually damage his party in the long run. There has to be more change. If you look at the Keir Starmer promises made in the general election, they said they will run with Conservative spending plans up until fiscal policy determines that they can make their own changes, aka when growth increases. However, growth cannot be increased when you side with a government which over the 14 years has failed to deliver growth.